Hi, welcome to the USU Soccer Show. I'm your host, Hillary Kennedy. The USU Soccer National Championship Series is still going strong, and in fact, later this month, the 2011 National Championships will be taking place in Phoenix, Arizona. And this is where the top talent in the country come together and compete to determine who will be crowned national champion. We're going to hear from a couple of teams who qualified for the National Championships via the USU Soccer National League. We're also going to catch up with a young lady from North Carolina with some serious skills and experience another crossbar challenge. So let's kick things off by hearing about a top soccer program out of Mississippi making an impact on a lot of lives.
This jamboree we started 8 years ago to try and introduce top soccer to the community. And when we started, we had about 40 children from the schools in the surrounding area come and participate. And since then it's grown to, we'll have today almost 200 kids, and we should have about 130 volunteers here to help.
My child loves to come out here and play the soccer. He feels just a lot of joy and acceptance when he comes. I have a little boy who's 6 and he has Down syndrome. His first season was this past spring, so he's kind of new at it and doesn't know a whole lot about the rules of soccer, but that's okay.
I remember this one time I was working with one of the children in State Cup, the first State Cup we had last year. And after the game, I'm getting ready and loading stuff up with my dad, and she runs up to me and hugs me and says that this was one of the best days of her life. And I almost cried, I really did. It was one of the most memorable moments of my life.
And participating in top soccer makes Samantha feel important. It's the only team sport she ever gets to participate in, probably ever will.
I've learned, one, that these kids are just like everybody else. They want to play, they want to have fun. The one thing about them, though, that sets a lot of kids apart is they are the most loving and caring kids that you'll ever be around. There's no strangers to them. They'll come up and give you a hug, they'll say thank you, and you know, that's the biggest thing. I think they just want to be kids just like everybody else.
Top Soccer is a vehicle to allow kids with special needs to be a part of a team. It is an avenue to allow kids that are normally set aside take part in all the activities that their able-bodied siblings do. This is a vehicle to allow them to feel part of the team.
I think it's really important that everyone in the soccer community, the regular community, has an opportunity to come out and support something like this. It gives one the confidence. I think that's the biggest thing, is the ability for these players to come out and say, hey, I feel good about myself. I can play soccer just like anybody else, and that's the most important thing. And I think I get more out of it than the kids. You know, that's, to me, you know, it's selfish. You know, I get more out of this than anything I do.
For Tyler to be a part of the team means, I think, for him just to have, to feel loved and accepted, and that he can do anything he puts his mind to. And that, I'm going to tear up, is just, you know, it's just so meaningful to me and to him.
I just hope it just kind of grows and helps to spread love, because that's what top soccer is for me, love.
If you're interested in forming a top soccer program in your community, visit ususoccer.org and click on the Programs tab. Overcoming challenges is what soccer and life are all about, and we heard about a coach out of Florida who isn't letting anything get in his way of the sport he loves.
I first met Jonathan about 2 years ago. He was telling me about how much he was into soccer and that he would like to get involved with Ties for Soccer Club, so I brought him on board.
Well, I started taking the coaching courses just for the knowledge, and after a while I acquired like 2 or 3. Tristan made the suggestion, why don't you try your hand at actually coaching? So I gave it some thought, and I figured, why not?
I'd actually met his father to begin with, And his father was telling me about his son that was confined in a wheelchair because he suffered with cerebral palsy.
To somebody who walks, the way I do things and the way I need to do something, it looks like extra work to them. But to me, you don't think about it. It's just how you live your life. You just get up every day and do what needs to be done. And yeah, every once in a while there are challenges, but for the most part, it's not as difficult as you would think. You just deal with what you have to every day on a constant basis.
The first day of any season that we have a little meeting with the kids, and he explains about the wheelchair. He has a self-deprecating humor, so he told them it wasn't a soccer injury or anything like that to allay any fears, and anybody that had issues, he met with them. So it seems that the kids took to it right away. Some of the parents had some questions about him being out there with the kids, but the kids, he's just Jonathan. I mean, it doesn't bother them at all.
I think at first, you know, it was something that they thought, how is he going to be able to do this? But both he and Alan, they coach together, they work in tandem. So I think they both bring the strengths out of one another, and I think the parents realize how lucky they are to have the both of them on this team.
They liked Coach Jonathan a lot when they first met him, and he approached them and he made them come close to him and really understand what his disability was. They didn't want them to be afraid, and for the first time I think these children understood that, you know, he was just like them, and they love him, and I think it's been a great learning experience for this age group especially.
I think normally, you know, when you see someone in a wheelchair, then, you know, you have a stereotypical opinion, but Jonathan breaks all those barriers down. And what he said initially was that he wanted to help the club out in any way he could. He's got a degree in history, he's got a brilliant mind, and we've been able to utilize that because he's the publicity director for the club. He's an age group coordinator, he's coaching as well, and he tries to balance all of this with doing postgraduate studies at the University of Central Florida. And to be honest with you, I don't know how he does it.
For me, there are great challenges being a coach. This is not a theoretical skill that's being taught in many ways. It's a very physical skill. So the best way to coach it is to give physical example. I can't do that. So as a coach, that presents a challenge for me. You know, I have to translate a very physical game into something theoretical, and I need to use a lot of examples and a lot of different methods to get my point across, because I can't pick up the ball and give you the example. So as a coach, it provides a lot of challenges for me, but that's one of the reasons that I chose to do it, because I want to overcome those challenges.
Jonathan, in terms of teaching the children, not only has he taught them how to play this sport, the fundamentals, the joy of the game, I think he's taught them life's lessons, because he's shown them that despite any disability, you can overcome any adversity and you can achieve anything you want to. And I think it's out here, it's almost like a symbiotic relationship in that the children are learning from him, he's learning from them, and he's showing them that despite anything, you can do or be whatever you want to be.
What an inspiration! If you know someone in your neck of the woods overcoming odds or making a difference in your community, we want to know about it. Email us at theshow@usyouthsoccer.org. Earlier I told you that the 2011 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships were about to kick off. Let's check in with a couple of teams who pre-qualified as some of the nation's best through the National League.
We're the Michigan Jags, and we're going to national championships, baby! Yeah!
The minute we lost in the national championship last year, the team had one objective, and that was to get back here. And you know, the National League gives us that opportunity, and we've been in the mindset that there's one purpose here, and that's to get back to the national championship. The boys came in this weekend, 8 goals, 9 goals, and 0 against. So I'd say they were definitely focused, determined, committed to the task at hand, and we're extremely proud of them.
We put in our minds that that's where we want to be again this year, and we wanted to be there again, and National League was definitely our chance to go back there, and we came back and we won it, and big team, and we came back and won.
It's a big step for our team and for the club. You know, I don't know if there's been many teams that went to the Nationals before from our club, but it's a big accomplishment.
It's a little more pressure to do your best, but like I said, we just focus on the thing at hand, play how we know how to play, trust our coach to make the right subs and right tactics, and just get the job done.
We now get to train and put everything into our preparation for Nationals. We don't have to go through necessarily training or the games in order to get there. We're there. So all our work that we put in now was with the mindset of us winning the national championship this summer.
We've had pressure in our live state cup, all the games before this. I mean, we're used to pressure, but this is definitely an opportunity for us.
I think for us, every game's meaningful, and there's no games that you're just playing. It's not a tournament where you're playing for just a championship. You're playing for a berth to the national title. So the pressure is great. 2 years now we've won this league, and I think it's put them in a situation where they understand pressure and they understand how to win under these circumstances. In addition, now they're playing in front of college coaches, so the stakes are even higher for the individuals. And they're a team that has shown day in, day out that they can handle the pressure, handle the big games, and to win it 2 years in a row, I think says a lot about the boys. And we're not stopping here. The objective is to win the national title. So
we'll definitely be prepared for Phoenix in July.
We're Albion SC from San Diego, and we're going back to the Nationals.
Keep up with all the top teams in the national championships competing at the highest level at championships.ususoccer.org, where there will be daily video updates, photos, feature stories, and more. Well, it's time now for a break. When we return, we'll catch the skills of one serious baller, see how the Dallas Texans do with the USU Soccer Crossbar Challenge, and hear from some living legends, Mia Hamm, Christine Lilly, and Tish Venturini on why they give back to the game. All this and more when we return to the USU Soccer Show.
Dedicate our lives to this. We all love this game.
It's really about power, will, desire, courage.
It's got to come down to the guys' passion and the desire and their will to win.
It's a whole nother level of play. Everyone trains for this every year.
Every person on this team is really determined to win, and everyone wants it.
We can win it again, but we have to try our hardest, and nothing's going to come easy for us.
We came in aggressive and ready to go.
Everything we do all year round is for this.
every drop of sweat, every minute of practice, you work all of that for this moment.
It takes three things to win: commitment, hard work, and a little bit of luck.
These boys will not give up. Either we'll play quality soccer or grind it out.
You got to play the best to be the best.
No regrets. You got to leave it all on the field, and I mean, they showed what they're made of today.
This is what it's all about.
Hi, and welcome back to the USU Soccer Show. Before we left, I told you about one serious baller out of North Carolina. So let's check out Indy Cowie.
I started playing soccer when I was about 4 years old, and I've been doing my freestyle tricks for about 3 years. I think I realised I was decent when I went to the Red Bull Street Style National Finals when I was 14, and I was the only girl out of 16 people. There's two really cool things that I've done with my freestyle. I did the Man U Chelsea halftime show in front of 75,000 people, and I got to do a TV commercial for PlayStation Champions League final. I've learned to master all those tricks, so it was just self-taught, look at YouTube videos and just try and, see if I can try it. I've been trying to land a poly around the world, which is 3 times around the world, but I'm just missing the end of it. I would tell someone to get started doing tricks is just have the ball with you at all times and just keep practicing. Don't give up, don't get discouraged. Some tricks take a while to master, but just keep trying.
Wow, if you or anyone you know has skills like that, we want to know about it. Email us at theshow@ususoccer.org or post your videos to our Facebook page. Who knows, maybe you'll make it on the show next. A few other people you may have heard of that have some ridiculous skills are Mia Hamm, Christine Lilly, and Tish Venturini. All 3 were part of the 1996 U.S. gold medal Olympic team that helped put U.S. women's soccer on the map. And we figured in the midst of this year's Women's World Cup in Germany, they might have a word of advice for those of you planning on going the distance.
Team First Soccer Academy. The name Team First, it came from just what we believed was so important to us growing up. We were focusing on our individual development, but we knew if we wanted to be successful as a team, we needed to put team first. We needed to care about our impact on what it was going to do to the team.
Go out there and have fun and invest in yourself and your development. You'd be amazed at what comes out. And it's not just about being the best soccer player you could be. It's no matter what kind of career choice or your schoolwork or being a better friend or a better sister, that approach in life is just really that if you take that time and think about taking the pride in yourself and what you put out there.
We want to share our message with these girls. We're not going to show up and give them a ball and wave and take a picture and get out of here. We want to show them what we know, not just the skills and the stuff, but the mentality that you can be confident and be courageous and you can have these dreams, and you might not be the best in the world, but just be the best that you can be in whatever you do.
The World Cup is such a big event for soccer players. It's the ultimate as a player you want to be a part of. You want to represent your country, you want to win it. And when I think back, I was so fortunate to be part of 5 World Championships. But the memories I have from it is pretty much pride for your country and playing with your teammates, because you had the fans out there, they had flags, all decked out in red, white, and blue. Especially in 1999 when we hosted in the United States, people were just crazy for us.
We didn't know what we were doing. I mean, we were just playing soccer, and then all of a sudden, you know, things started getting bigger and bigger, and we're rolling along in our bus, and all of a sudden, the traffic just stops. We're miles from the stadium, and we're all thinking, oh no, we're gonna be late for our game. What's going on in New York today? And as we're going, we had a police escort, and they whip over the shoulder. We start passing all these cars with all these little kids in them, and their parents with flags, and their faces are painted, and they have Mia jerseys on, and we were like, oh my gosh, they're coming to our game. All these people are coming to our game. So we had no idea what was going on, and all of a sudden it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it was everywhere.
The most important thing, I mean, there's 2 important things. There's a lot, but main thing, you work hard. Mia, Tish, and I, we didn't get to where we were, World Cups and Olympics, without working hard. You have to put the time in. And the other thing is you gotta have fun. I played for over 23 years on the national team, and I had fun those 23 years. Yeah, there were bad days, but for the most part, I loved what I was doing. And I believe if you find something that you love, do it for as long as you can.
Last month, we started the US Youth Soccer Crossbar Challenge, and the feedback was awesome. So we figured we should keep it up. We found a team who solidified their spot in the national championships by taking the National League title. Let's see what kind of aim the Dallas Texans have.
All right, we're the Dallas Texans Red 94 boys, and this is our Crossbar Challenge.
I'm Kevin Lee, the goalkeeper.
My name's Adam Pink, and I'm a midfielder.
My name's Tony Aziz, center back.
Preston Rose, center back.
I'm Alex Powers, number 6, and I play attacking midfield.
My name is Vincent Johnson, and I play center mid.
I'm Joey, and I'm left back. I'm Michael, and I'm a forward.
Corey Barahona, number 11, center.
This is Ty Kraft, and I'm a center back. My name is Mitchell Day, aka Mitch Diesel, number 13, right back.
Ricky Davies, forward.
Parker Reed, and I play left back.
My name's Nick Krieger, play center back.
Connor Avenue, right winger.
My name's Justin Wicker, defender. My name's Jordan Steiner and I play forward.
Thanks again for all of your emails about the show and what you'd like to see. Take a minute and send us an email on a story that you think needs to be told at theshow@ususoccer.org. Keep up with all the national championships action on championships.ususoccer.org. And if you'd like to see this or any of our other previous shows, visit our YouTube page or download them for free on iTunes. Well, that's our show. Keep the ideas rolling. I'm Hillary Kennedy, and don't forget, get out and get in the game.